Welcome to the Happinista Hookup with me, Jenny Garrett. What we're doing with these Happinista Hookups is showcasing our amazing Happinistas, women who make things happen in their own unique way. And today I'm delighted to say hello to Morag Morak, one of the Happinista veteran. She's been with us for quite a while and has so much to offer. So Morag, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do and your journey to getting there.
Okay, hi Jenny, this is really lovely to speak to you. I did a psychology degree 40 years ago. As you say, I'm a veteran and haven't ever really used it. My career was full-time teacher at infant, junior, secondary, teacher training college, all sorts of different things. And 5 years ago, everything in my life just seemed to be imploding. It was just enormously stressful, work, family, all sorts of things going on. And at that point, I had already started looking into NLP and done a couple of courses. And I happened to see a poster in the town centre, one of those keep calm and meditate posters.
Yeah.
And I just thought, what have I got to lose here? There's nothing to be lost by giving it a go. And that, with the NLP, was a turning point in my life. And just done lots more courses. And now what I'm doing is I'm actually going back into the same school where I was teaching, and I am teaching the teachers meditation program, which is part of the Mindfulness in Schools project. It's a charity and it's running in 170 countries around the world, and I'm one of their trained teachers. So I teach the students sometimes, and I'm also running an Action for Happiness course just as a volunteer as an evening class at our local adult ed college. And just really enjoying using the psychology finally, and giving back something and being able to empathise really with the teachers. I know exactly what they're going through. It's so enormous, the job of teaching. So it's lovely to be able to offer something. And as you said, I'm starting to do my own events now. I call it the Teachers Bliss Boost, and also there's Bliss Boost for normal people as well. Okay. So that's really lovely, and it's enjoying it all enormously. And obviously the Happinista project was a big part of that, enabling me to move forward. So thank you.
No problem, no problem. So it's great. So you're you were a teacher. You're now going into the same places that you understood, but solving the challenges that teachers have. You know, the stress that they're under, the stress that students are under, and because you know it firsthand, you can really speak to it through using those psychological practices and the mindfulness, which is brilliant. Some people might not know NLP. So what does that stand for?
It stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming. Really, I like to think that all these things are just helping people be their best possible version of their self. So the neuro is the brain bit, linguistics, obviously your language, and programming is looking at our habits of language. So, for example, do you have a lot of problems, or do you see them as opportunities? Are you somebody who naturally says, yes, I can do that, or somebody who the word no pops out and put blocks in the way? Is your thinking holding you back? Oh, I can't do that because, or can we unravel all that? And yes, we can unravel all that. We can choose our thoughts, and it's strategies for unraveling the things that are holding us back and nurturing the things that can help us move forwards to where we really want to be our most authentic and sincere and genuine and fulfilled selves.
Wonderful. Yeah, our thoughts become us, and we have the power to shape those thoughts. And I think it's a very powerful position to know that, I can change. Which is brilliant. So tell me, you're doing a lot, mindfulness, Action for Happiness. I happen to know you're an artist as well. And these wonderful Bliss Boost sort of retreats for teachers. How do you get the balance? And I know you've got a family as well, a lovely, gorgeous looking family from what I've seen of them. So how do you balance all of that? How do you maintain balance for you?
Well, I think exercise is a big part of it. And I've been doing the Horsham cycling for 12 years now, and that's been massively helpful, particularly when I was full-time teaching. Having that exercise outlet for 3 hours on a Sunday morning was fantastic, adrenaline releasing, shall we say. And a lovely supportive friendly group as well. So I'm still doing cycling, occasionally do the park run, go to yoga classes, and 3 years ago I started doing Aikido, which is a martial art. And it's all about blending with the attack, not fighting back, but leading the attacker or the problem or the person in the direction that you choose it to go. So for me, that's a fantastic parallel with how we lead our lives. So not fighting the problem, but embracing it and changing it. So it's a physical thing, so it's great exercise as well. So that's a win-win, that one.
Lovely. So actually, I heard a lot about not necessarily relaxing, but exercise. The doing is a real for you and helps you maintain that balance. And I know people go about it different ways, don't they? Some people, I mean, you do mindfulness anyway, but for some people it's more about sort of going into a dark room and trying to chill.
And how lucky am I that I do that for my job?
And for other people,
I do meditate every day as well. And as you said, art is a lovely another strand as well, which keeps really good balance. I'm doing my own painting. I'm curating an art exhibition at a local leadership training centre. That's been going on for about 3 years now as well. And I'm also beginning to do one-to-one teaching with young people as well at home. So it's the balance is, I love having the variety. And as you say, I'm lucky to have family nearby. Friends are so important as well. Just taking time out to hang out with friends and maybe just go walking with friends, rather than sitting having a cake. But whatever. Yes, as you say, there's lots of different things, and I'm lucky to be able to do that now.
Fantastic. It's lovely. So I've got a question for you. If you could add a certain person or a type of person or a skill set to your network, what would it be? So it's kind of thinking, is there someone that you'd love to meet, and if you met them, maybe they'd enhance your life in some way, or something that you think you're missing? You know, we're all a work in progress. There's some things we're good at or not so good at. So you know, is there some skill that if you knew you had that in your life, it would be helpful? Just thinking about our network, our tribe of happiness, there might be someone in there, or they might be someone who could either connect you with that person or perhaps fulfill that skill. So what would you add to the network you have already?
Well, that's a good question, and the answer is, for me, somebody who thinks in a different way. My thinking is a bit open and creative. I need somebody to guide me a bit more sometimes, especially with the numbers. Somebody like an accountant or a business coach or that sort of person who's much more focused and logical and step-by-step thinking. The numbers is something I really shy away from. So the financial side of running a business of your own, I suppose, is my weakness. So yes, I definitely appreciate somebody who's got a logical mind, who can sort out maybe mailing lists and bookkeeping and those sort of skills. I really could do with some support in that area, definitely.
Yeah, and the thing is, you go into business to do the thing you love, don't you? You know, you want to do the mindfulness and the supporting people and the art, and then that does come down to some numbers, and it takes you away from doing the things you love. But as you said, there will be someone out there who loves that. That's the bit they love. You know, the bit they can show you your cash flow and do some projections and tell you how you could earn a bit more or make this more viable. So absolutely, I completely understand that. And you're not alone, in terms of that aspect of business. There's so many, particularly women, I think, who shy away from that aspect. But perhaps if we did work on that, we could have more of what you do, couldn't we? We might be able to have more Bliss retreats, more opportunities for young people to be involved in art, more teachers who maybe are more fulfilled in their roles. So, by focusing in on this aspect, it could really expand what you do. So yeah, so there's a call out there, definitely, and hopefully someone will come to your aid, and perhaps there might be some exchange. Perhaps you might be able to teach them something. You might be able to teach them some mindfulness technique.
Absolutely.
Or you might be able to help them, develop their art skills. Who knows?
Yes. I've actually been doing that with a lady locally who I teach her daughter art, and she gives me a lovely body massage in return. So that's been fantastic. So skill sharing, I really love that idea.
Yeah, I think we could do more of that. So, okay, your call is out. So,
thank you.
I'd love to know what made you become a Happinista. Yeah, how did you find out about it? What made you join? And also, what have you got from being part of the tribe?
Okay, so it was you. I was lucky enough to be invited by a friend up to Guildford University where you were speaking, and we chose different talks, and I went to your talk and she went to a different talk. And I just thought you were so charismatic and passionate. So that's the first contact was completely by chance. But and then I've joined you in the Rocking Your Teens, which I've loved. It's right up my street. And just thinking about wanting to leave teaching, but that's all I've ever known. I have no clue how to do anything else, really. So I knew I needed some support to, move away from that safe place where you're just employed to standing out there and saying, hey, this is me.
Yes.
And you were being really key in that process. So,
Wonderful. And you have been a great supporter of Rocking Your Teens, my social enterprise. I really appreciate that, giving up your time to spend at our conferences and inputting ideas as well, which we've really appreciated. So thank you. Yeah, it's been wonderful. So, I've got a tricky question. If your name was in the dictionary, what would be the definition? What would be, your particular definition? What would it be?
Okay, so my surname, Warwick, is a Scottish name, and I believe it actually means something like a gnarly, knotty, bad-tempered old stick. And I think, yes, that was the old me. That definitely would have fitted me perfectly. But now I think if I could choose, I would have it say something along the lines of a surprising and useful autumn flower, or something like that, or an autumn flowering plant, or something in the garden that you forget it's there all year round, and then suddenly towards the end of the year, oh my goodness, look, something's happening. So that's how I feel at the moment, that I feel as though I'm really flowering now and blossoming. And yes, I'm in my later years, and it's great. I'm just loving it.
Fantastic. What a wonderful definition. I love it. I should put that up on your wall somewhere, or put it somewhere, because that's such a screensaver for your phone, because that's really quite beautiful, actually. So knowing that you're an artist, tell me, and I love art too. I studied it to A level, but then I stopped. But then I do a little bit of painting, but I won't share it with the world or anything. So I love artists. I'm curious, who's your favourite artist and why? If you can narrow it down to one.
Yes, well, there are obviously loads of really great women artists. Mary Cassatt is a favourite of mine. Frida Kahlo is amazing. But if I had to choose one artist that I want to show to the world, it would be Grayson Perry.
Right.
I just admire everything he's done. He's managed to, I suppose it's the same mixture that I love, is the psychology and the art mixed together, but he does it excellently. He's so good at bringing groups of people together through his artwork. He's broken so many barriers and boundaries. He's transvestite potter who dresses up as a little girl to receive his prizes that he gets, and he's exceptionally skillful craftsperson as well. Some of the art that I look at, I think, is that really art, or is that just a bit rubbish? The sort of art that lots of people would look at and say, oh, I could do that, whether they could or not. But with Grayson Perry, there's no mistaking his absolute artistic skill in so many different media, the ceramics, textiles, architecture even, and yet he's got that easy humanity, so he can speak to people from all walks of life and bring together the Brexit group and the non-Brexit group by making a pot for each group and saying, look, this is what you've told me to make, and your pots are almost identical. There's not much difference between you, and diffusing the anger and the stress that so many people feel. He's just got a lovely way of bringing people together with his art. So yeah, I really admire that.
Wonderful. I hear your passion. Yeah. The power, not just about it's not just about his craftsmanship, but about the power of art to make a difference in the world as well. Yeah, which is amazing. So if we want to get in touch with you, whether we're a teacher who needs some support, whether we want to foster our creativity through art, or we want to support you in the numbers side of your business and the sort of organizing side of your business, where's the best place to find details about you?
Probably the best way is just to email me.
Okay.
Shall I just say the email address now?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's Morag, and then w00@gmail.com.
Lovely.
That's the easiest way.
Fantastic. So hopefully people will get in touch with you, and you're going to get lots of support. And I think this has been so interesting, really. I hear your creativity. I hear your passion for what you do. And you know, what good businesswomen do is find a problem and create a solution. And that's what you've done for teachers. And we all need teachers. We all have a teacher who has changed our life in some way. And I'm very thankful to you for supporting those teachers who are still working in the profession right now. Thank you very, very much. It's been wonderful. It's been a great happiness to hook up, and I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Virginia, very much. Lovely to speak to you.